moral argument for God.
No, sir.
Bro. Okay, I'll just send the syllogism in
Mm.
chat, I guess.
And I'll just tell you the retorts that I have against supremacies if if it's a deductive argument.
Um,
What God is okay. So God does not exist. Okay, so I got a question. Yeah, so the first one is question based, but mainly the thing in question is if God exists, we don't know that. You saying God exists because like God exists because objective morals exist is pretty weird because you can't prove that objective morals exist. I'll ask you to verify that. And then second of all, God, I don't know what your definition of God is. I don't know the usage of that. I don't know your view on
Creator of
that.
the universe. Wait, creator of the universe, governor of morality. I'm just conduct your first claim. Let's begin the question, though, and just we just pre-propose. We
Yeah,
just go by the linguistical term or the linguistical portrayal of God, and that's just what it would be. The presenter of morality, and morality is objective, so it would mean that the
I got
reliant
a question.
would be
So
objective as well.
yeah, so I'm gonna need some more clarification. What do you think an objective thing is?
A thing that exists within all possible worlds and is mind dependent, mind independent.
So an objective thing exists in all possible worlds.
Yeah.
That means so you think that morality is necessary?
Yeah.
Okay, why is it necessary?
Okay, because if you don't have a standard of right or wrong, then you don't have a standard of things. The reason for that is because right or wrong is a decision making, right? So it's the decision of making something. Should I or should I not? Is this right or is this wrong, right? And if you don't have the decision making, then the possible world wouldn't have action. If you don't have action, you don't have actualization, which means you don't have a possible world. So morality will be necessary in that sense.
Okay, so you're saying that simply because um a decision maker, such as right or wrong, are integrated within our actions, and if actions are actualized, yeah, that's a really weird syllogism, but we go over it. So I got a question. Do you think that the say at the beginning or near the beginning of the Earth, do you think that these, let's say in a hypothetical, do you think cavemans had the natural disposition to
Yeah, clixzu,
believe
you're a
what is
bad
right or
kid.
wrong? Shut up.
Wait, who's that?
Do you think that they had a natural propensity to believe what is right or wrong? And do you think that prohibits
Um,
actions?
the
These
belief
actions
in
that
right or wait, the belief in right or wrong doesn't really matter. So like
why
the
not?
moral in itself does not matter. The entailment of morals don't really matter. The standard of what it is right and wrong. What you interpret right and wrong, or like what you think is right and wrong, is like you could say that's subjective. But the factor of morals, right, or like right and wrong existing, was I'm arguing is subjective. So I'm
Yeah,
saying the
my
decision making
only
between
retort,
that
yeah.
is
The thing is, yeah, my only retort is that you can't prove that what's it called? The morality, right? Morals are all the time and all possible rules integrated within decisions. Therefore, you cannot prove
okay,
that.
a action needs a constant. Do you think you could have an action without a different act? Do you think you could have a independent action? I'll just say that.
What do you think that? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
So
You
do
need to
you have
clarify.
a? Do you think you can have an action that stands on itself and has no not consequence, but has no opposing action to it?
Uh, it's possible, yeah.
It's possible. Do you think it's probable to be the case in normal or
I'm not sure.
normative situations?
In
Why is it
normative
probable?
situation, no, I'm not sure because yeah. Do you know what an epistemic limitation is?
Epistemic. You can go ahead and define it.
Yeah, an epistemic is simply going to be knowledge in which. Wait, one second. Brother.
Can't even watch it. The world doesn't get upset. Damn, I think I got put on mute instantly. That's bad.
All right, back. An epistemic is simply that which is going to be knowledge in the degree in which the knowledge is true, by definition.
A epistemic limitation. So you're saying you have a
No, that's
limitation
not
to
an
your
epistemic
knowledge?
limitation. That's epistemic. If you want me to give you what a limitation is, a
You
limitation is simply a knowledge.
wait. Oh my god, yeah. I say epistemic limitation would be the limit to the knowledge or your knowledge. What is
Yeah.
it? Okay, yeah, that's what I just said. Okay, and you saying you have an epistemic limitation of this field?
No. Can I give an explainer for the argument? Like, do you know what an epistemic limitation is?
Yes, to find it, so I understand you're using it.
Okay. So, from what we know so far, it is not
Um,
possible through our epistemic for everything to not have a reaction for every action.
Okay, so
But
when you say we,
I'm
you
not done.
only
I'm not
get.
done.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we use those instances to make a generalization, which is called basic induction. So this inductive rule applies to most everything that we observe in the universe. But that's from a putative rendering of reality. We don't have or we don't know things outside of our boundaries of epistemic. Therefore, it's possible that things could exist or have an action without a reaction.
Okay, so your epistemic relation. So then we could just say
That's,
it's a brute fact. Not let's say epistemic relation, epistemic limitation, right? I could just say it's a brute fact then, right? Because we understand. Actually, I'll just say it's like a certainty, right?
what do you think a
Because the
brute fact is?
wait, a brute fact is just something unexplainable that's just true. We literally
That's a
had this
brute
conversation.
contingency, aka something that is necessary.
Nigga, a brute fact and a brute contingency aren't they kind of like the same thing? Hold on.
If you say that they are the same thing just for the sake of the argument, sure, keep going.
Okay, so actually, I'm not even arguing this proof, perfect. So we can get the understanding that if you don't have you don't have a consequence to the action, well, then you would be upholding a independent action. An independent action, then you don't have variables to consist of the opposing things. So I don't see how things can exist independently, right? We can get to that if you want.
You don't think you wait. I gotta work. So you don't think things can exist independently?
Independent of yeah, I don't think they can just exist like with them, not with themselves, but only by themselves, right? For
Okay.
example, humans are a dependent on oxygen to live.
Yeah.
Oxygen is dependent on I forgot what it's like H2O or some shit.
Yeah. Wait.
Not
So
H2O, but some gas.
wait. So wait. So let me get this straight. You believe that nothing in the universe can exist if it is not contingent?
If it doesn't have a contingent reactor, or it does, yes.
Okay. Okay.
For
So
causal things,
I
of
got a
course.
question. I got a question. So you define God as
The
the
creator of the universe
creator.
and the governor of morality. I could
Yeah.
prescribe other properties if necessary for you.
Wait. Oh, wait. So he prescribes him as being the creator of the universe and
Yeah.
being objective morality. Right? If
Wait,
you believe objective morality is mind independent, but you believe that things cannot exist mind independently, what does that mean for your position?
I said it for a causal thing, right? For a causal being. That's why.
You don't think that God is causal? You think it's
um,
atemporal?
I think he just had the decision to be out of it, and I think he'll be upholding that position or upholding that state most of the time.
Perfect. So let's talk about this. Do you know what a do you think time is eternal or not?
I was just kind of agnostic on it being eternal. I haven't seen any evidence for that position
Sure, I'll give you evidence.
or
All
adequate
right, so
evidence.
simply, time is the progression of events if and only if is God participates in an action that requires time for something to move or be created, having a spatial property or any temporal property such as movement or creation, you would inherently be bounded by time as you're participating in an action that are within the parameters of time. If something's atemporal, that would imply atemporal causation, which is logically impossible. It's paradoxical in of itself.
Okay,
Do
so
you
I'll
have
ask
any
you this question.
disagreement?
Yeah. So I'll ask you this question. Do you think tell us train of thought. Fuck, hold on. Do you think fuck, a not action, shit. What's the argument? Do you think a, oh my god, I fucking forgot completely. Hold on. Do you think a, fucking, do you think something can exist? Wait, something consequent. Fuck. Hold on.
What are you
Okay,
talking
yeah. Do you
about?
think you could? Okay. Yeah. Do you think you could be above something but still apply it, or you be, or oh my god, consensually apply to that said thing? So like me, for example, do you think a person that's above writing, do you think he could apply himself to writing? I think that's pretty perfectly logical. Because by your thing that he is just like can't apply himself to it. You're beyond it. You just can't apply yourself to the set thing. And also I'll ask you another question. Do you think if you're above something, the consequent of that said thing can be applied to you?
Okay, I think I already answered this, but no, I don't think that to be the case because it's going to be paradoxical. Do you know what a paradox is?
Why would it be paradoxical?
Yeah, atemporal causation. If you're atemporal, that means you're not bounded by any linear progression, nor are you bounded by any linear system.
Okay, so
Such as,
I'm gonna
wait,
guess that you don't believe in metaphysical change.
What do you think a metaphysical change is?
I think it would just be changed within a abstract domain or like a conceptual domain within this
A
context.
change in an abstract domain.
Abstract, like physical domain, yeah. So like or conception domain.
Dude, stop using terms that you don't know. You're not looking good in this conversation.
You're telling me I don't know what domain or cause abstract domain is? A domain of the non-physical. So for
A
like
domain of the non.
example, yeah. So for example, like your imagination. You think your imagination is bound by those physical limitations or that spatial limitation?
I'm not sure.
Because
Maybe.
if you do, fucking god, this nigga.
Now let me stop trolling. Nah. But anyways, I gave you the argument for atemporal causation not being possible, and you just
Oh,
said that he can partake in an action such as chill. You said that he can partake in a temporal action such as making something while being transcendent above that thing. My question is, how is that possible?
okay, sure. Because there's just principles they have control over the ability, right? And it would
Ability?
makes for
This
the
isn't a
ability or
versality.
the thing. Wait. The ability or the thing in question. Well, not the thing in question, but
Wait, so
it
I'm
would just
not.
mean
Wait,
they
so this
have
is an ability.
chill. They would just have control over the said thing, right? So, for example, I'll give you an example of Yogiri, a fictional character, right? He's above death, right? But if he wanted to, he could still apply himself to death. There's no contradictions
Why?
within it, right? Wait, okay, yeah, sure. Because since he's above said thing, the consequence of this said thing wouldn't be applicable. So if he wanted to, he could just have control over the ability and do said thing. Like that, all that is just having
So you're
control
saying that?
over the
Okay, so you think
ability.
that?
Wait, chill. All that is having control over the thing or the ability. I'm not saying this is ability there. I'm
Yeah,
just giving you a
I'm not.
reference.
This isn't an ability. This isn't a verse battle debate. This is a theological discussion, right?
Oh, oh,
So what you're trying to do is
yes.
wait, stop. As an opposing party in this discussion, what you're trying to do is prove to me that God exists. You're doing core about it right now. So stop using all these terms that you don't know.
Oh my god.
You're not looking good in this conversation.
This
You're not doing
this
anything
nigga.
about it in your substance. So I'm gonna say this
Oh,
right now. If it's a hex, do you think hex or whatever you wanted to say? Because you just said that
I'll just
you
describe it
can
as a
hear. I'm
property
not
then.
down.
If
I'm
you're
not down. I'm not
wait,
down. I'm not down.
chill, because I'm
Chill.
just
I'm
gonna
not
say it's
down.
a
I wasn't done. I
property.
wasn't done. Chill,
I
chill, chill, chill,
understand, but you're
chill,
gonna
chill,
go on an argument about something
chill,
that's
chill,
not what I'm
chill,
not
chill.
saying.
No. I wasn't done. You don't understand. So you said that if a fictitious character such as this Yogiri guy, I don't know who he is, if this Yogiri character is above death, but he can still apply it to himself because he wants to, I'm asking what's the argument for that being applicable to God? And when we talk about the framework of this debate, you're simply choosing to give the
Okay, bro,
bro.
can I just give the argument, Monica? You just said you just put the burden right. Let me
I wasn't
respond,
done. I wasn't
bro.
done.
Yes, but you already put the burden right. I want to go one by one. You already
I
said,
wasn't done. I
can you
wasn't
prove
done.
this applies to God? Let me do that. Like, damn, nigga.
No, I wasn't done because you said multiple points.
No, I just said one. Oh my god, this nigga, bro.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. All right. So even then, and then I can provide you an instance where we're above something, right? But we cannot apply ourselves to that thing.
You
Okay.
said you could provide instances with that.
I can give you an instance. Yes.
Um.
So I got a question.
mm,
If you okay, so if you were super naturalistic, do you think you would abide by naturalistic elements?
if you chose to, sure.
Why?
Because they would just have control of the property.
Why would they have control of that property if they're
I
above
mean,
it?
yeah, if they're above it, well then
Yeah,
they will
why
have
does
either
being above
control or be
something
able to. Hold on. Wait, what?
you're not listening to what I'm saying? Why does being above something mean that you have control over it? That makes no sense.
Because you'll be. Wait. When you say above, you mean dimensionally above, or just like above in like the physical term?
Whatever you think it is, man.
Dimensionally, right? So you just be above. If you're talking about the. Hold on. Let me look up this
I
real
can
quick
give you
about
another
dimensionally.
dimension regarding dimensional axes. If you're bounded by two-dimensional axes, such as length and width, right? If you're bounded by those two-dimensional axes, you can still be above that one-dimensional axis, but that doesn't mean that you can control or contort yourself to fit that one-dimensional axis. That makes no sense.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so yeah, here I'll explain why. Okay, first, if you're above something, you can't be applied to the consequence of that said thing. Would you agree to that?
Dimensionally, yeah, of course,
Huh?
of course.
Okay, so if he's above if he's above time dimensionally, or just above it transcendently, dimensionally, right? They're all the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Um,
definitely, man,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, okay, so the consequent of or the consequent you're trying to apply just wouldn't be adequate then, because if he's above it, then you're trying to apply what would be the consequent of it. But since he's above it, that consequent wouldn't have applicability or wouldn't be permissible to him because he's above it dimensionally. So what you're just going to try to apply is, or you're going to try to do is just say, oh well, this will work on a person that's blatantly above it. That's disingenuous and contradictory.
All right, so we can talk about that. When I say that if you're above something, I'm saying that, or we're
Wait,
asking,
can I knock
asking
out
you,
his head?
what is the consequent? What do you think the consequent is? Because you keep using that term a lot. Like,
Um, I guess you could say it would just be the entailment, or I don't know if you can have a good consequence, but it just be the entailment of an action or what happened after the action, right? So it
so
would
it's a
just be the,
reaction, right?
see, sure, you could say it would be just the reaction of an
All
action.
right,
That
so
sounds
I'm
so
saying
weird
that,
to say.
wait, chill. If you're God or entity in the what's it called? If your God is atemporal, what reaction would there be from? You want to define
Huh?
it?
Wait, what'd you say?
If your God is atemporal and necessary, right? Meaning it exists in all possible worlds. If your God is atemporal and creates a universe, which I already explained, I don't think it can occur. Why do you think that the descriptor of the universe, such as an atemporal entity as this quote unquote God, would be able to partake in an action? You said, well, they will be able to because they can choose it, they control it like it's a fucking verse battle debate, my nigga. It's not. It's not a fucking hack. Stop thinking like that. That's why your vision is contorted right now. You're not thinking correctly. Stop. So we're gonna do this again. Why would the entailment of being atemporal or above something mean that you can manipulate it or augment it to
This
your own
nigga,
liking?
bro.
Go for it.
So, hold on, bro. So when I gave the analogy of hacks and properties, it was just more of seeming like it was just to get the understanding that God isn't this human or human being, right? He's not bound by these limitations. He and I gave the analogy of this superpower shit because that would be the best explanation for these supernatural events since they can't occur into a human or to our understanding. That's why I gave that example, right? It's not that I'm saying he's a fictional fucking character. I'm just saying to best describe the abilities he has or the properties he has, which would be in a physical representation because they don't abide by these same limitations that us humans do. I don't see what's wrong with that, right? And repeat your other point about you don't think the that's dick suck. Clixzu, you're getting mocked, you're getting slammed. Clixzu, you're getting nigga didn't even do that shit right. But yeah, repeat the thing on why you don't think the universe could be created or whatever.
Yeah. So the only utterance that I made was simply that atemporal causation is not possible, as if you're atemporal, you're beyond the parameters of time. Definition. Right. So if we were to posit such an existence such as an atemporal entity, this entity would not have any creation or spatial properties as this entity um would be able to do or create a thing, right? So if we prescribe properties of creation or movement properties, whatever you want to say, it would still be bounded by linear progression or any linear system that you want to talk about. We can talk about anything velocity, anything like that, right?
It
If you,
would be
I'm not,
bound
not,
by
not, stop,
linear.
stop, 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 stop,
What? I'm trying to get to understand what you mean by it would be bound
relax,
by
relax, relax,
linear.
relax,
What?
relax, 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 relax. I'm
I'm
gonna tell you
asking
later.
you a
I know
question
you.
about your argument because I don't understand it.
Relax. I'm not done. I'm not done. Let me finish.
I don't
Let me
care if
finish.
you're done. I
Hold
want to
on.
get to
Let me
understanding your argument.
finish.
You're just
Relax.
going to continue, and then I'm not going to understand. Like
You
what?
know, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. I know you're.
Okay, so when you say linear causation or whatever, what do you mean by that? You just talking about linear progression, like just the progression of linear things.
Yeah, I never said linear causation. Do you know what linear time is?
Linear, yeah, isn't it just talking like normal time or some shit, nigga? Not
No.
normal time, but
When I
linear.
so linear time is time progressing forward. Correct. That's why we
Yeah,
say
so
linear
shit,
because it's going in a forward direction.
normal. Oh, yeah,
That's
so
what
it's
linear
just
means.
the future progressing. So
All
it's yeah, it's
right,
just
all
a
right. There we
regression
go. You
of the
get it
current
now.
moment.
There we go. All right. So now, if your God is atemporal, they're beyond the parameters of time. If they create something, they're progressing something. Therefore, my utterance will be true as this thing is bounded by temporal qualities such
Why
as
can't it?
movement, progression, and causation. So you're not listening
Why?
to me.
Okay, so why can't it just be a higher form of linear progression? Like, for
What does that mean?
example, a metaphysical progression.
What does that mean?
So why can't it just be like some type of like metaphysical change, right? That wouldn't be bound by the physical view point, I
Why
guess you
can't
say.
it be metaphysical?
Yeah, yeah. Why can't it just be metaphysical change?
Okay, oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
You
That is so
presuppose that
much.
it's impossible in the physical
Yeah, the
plane,
thing
right?
I'm granting your whole argument is presuppositional because it presupposes that this God is immaterial and astationary. Presupposing for your argument.
That's just
So
I define
obviously,
God as.
yeah, that's what you defined it. I don't think you have any evidence. But anyway, anyways, I'm gonna restate this. You said that it could be metaphysically changing the universe because you gave no reason. You just asked me to prove otherwise. So what I'm gonna ask you to do, I want you to give me an objection. Mark, do you think that beyond our understanding of time, there exists another subsidiary or subservient layer of time, which is God can realm in? And by this realm, and
You
by this, that means that he's above this. I'll just say subsidiary as an additional thing. Right? It's an additional set of time in which this God can realm in and still do temporal things without being considered temporal.
I
Do you think that
still
exists?
could tell me oral in an abstract. Yes, and that's why I brought metaphysical change. It will
Okay,
just be
so
like
why
the
would
temporality of
I got a question? So
concept,
why would metaphysical change be this realm? And you haven't you said
the
metaphysical
abstract,
change is a change in the abstract. Wait,
okay.
stop. You said metaphysical change was the change in an abstract domain. So why would that? Let's re-clarify. You said a metaphysical change is a change in an
Why
abstract
would it?
domain. Yes or no? That's your definition. What do you mean? Why would it? Don't do that.
Yes,
Okay. So if
I
a
would.
change, what is a change in an abstract
Goodness, I
domain?
think
What
it
is that?
hasn't.
What is a change in an abstract domain?
Like creation concepts,
Creation.
ideas being born, like ideas being born, creation.
Okay, so
Um,
ideation, right?
should have that.
So if a
How
change,
did
okay, so
Nemesis get in the server? What the fuck?
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Creation with
So you think
concept,
so you think that the creation of
um,
a concept such as
conceptualization.
is a metaphysical change? Hello,
The metaphysical change.
you
Yes,
think that's a metaphysical change?
brother.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know. It just disconnected me. But did you ask me? I think the creation of concept is metaphysical change. If you ask me
Yes.
that, well then yes,
Okay.
I can
So
explain if you want.
what? So what do you think a change is?
Um, the properties of something partaking in a field where it's getting differentiated, or like just the difference, or something that was just becoming different.
Wait. So is it just a rearrangement of natural features of something, such as a
You said
change in
connatural,
food?
natural. You
Yeah,
said connatural
connatural.
features or natural features.
That's connatural. It's
Okay, so what do
natural.
you mean by connatural? What do you mean by connatural
It's innate,
features?
connatural, and it pertains to that to that object. So, for example, a banana
Sure.
deteriorating would be a change, right?
Yeah, sure. I think it's
Right.
just like
So, do you
any.
realize that a change is contingent upon time?
No, because concepts can be created, and how you represent a concept could be differentiated and changed.
So, the way you represent a concept can be differentiated and changed.
Yes, like let's say one night I'm imagining Doofus Smurf as the biggest dick in the pause. Actually, no, the biggest nigga in the world, and then the next day Doofus Smurf is a bitch with a big ass pussy. Like it would be
Yeah, that's a change in
changed.
appearance, you know?
That's a change in the conceptualization, which is the
Yeah,
change in the concept
so a change, which means
nature.
it still requires time. No.
That why would it require time if it would be like abstract to just the
You agree?
outside part of time,
You
or
agree?
something that's just outside of time and non-physical?
Yeah, what's the question is if it's outside of time. I'm saying it's not outside of time because it still abides and ascribes to these temporal rules.
Okay, so like let's go back to my initial question. Why can't it just be a higher form of time that works with an abstract form? I'm not
I
saying
told
that it just
Fox that
wait, chill. I'm not saying it's just not a form of time. I'm just saying it's not the form of time that you're representing it as, right? So it could be like an abstract form of time that it works on the conceptual representation or level, but I'm saying God is beyond this physical temporal time representation.
you think time is physical?
I think I mean it's just if you define time as the floration or the progression of things, right, or physical things,
Anything,
then
anything.
yes, it would be physical. I don't think you could like touch time, but I think it's like a kind of a substance dualist thing,
All
right?
right. So what?
It's like a correspondence with the physical part and the abstract part.
All right. So you agree a physical thing is something with a physical or material thing is something that withholds matter.
Wait, you said do I think a physical thing is something that's physical and holds
No,
knowledge?
withholds matter. Withhold matter. And it takes up
Holds
space and capacity.
yeah, sure.
All right. So do you think time withholds matter?
No, because I said it has a substance dualist relation.
Substance to dualist relation.
Yes,
Okay.
so it's
Yeah.
a it has a so wait, it's a change of physical wait, Joe. It's a change of physical progression, but its nature is to be abstract. It just has an effect on the physical plane.
So okay. So you did okay. Right. So thank you. So if time has an effect on the physical plane, but its substance is completely distinct from that effect, doesn't that mean that you cannot say that time is solely physical or material in that sense?
Oh, okay. I'm saying the way you put it, you just put it as time is just a floration or the progression of physical things. I'm saying going by that,
Oh,
then God will be above that said factor. But if we're going
yeah,
reference to the
sure.
conceptual version, I think he would still be above the like concept, like on a conceptual scale. But sure, the thing can still be applied by it. I think God is not. I think he's like has the same relation as time, a non-physical actualization, but on a physical thing or a physical plane.
Okay, no, sir. So when okay, I didn't only this. Okay, so the descriptor of that was me. Right? I described it that way. I did not mean it in the way that it only affects physical things. It can
Okay, then
affect.
we just had a misconstrued of your argument. Then can you present your
Yeah,
argument
you.
in the way you
Yeah.
meant to? I guess you could say.
No, you misinterpreted, and I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
so I'm
back.
saying put it in the way that it was meant to be interpreted the first time. I guess without the
We're gonna conclude after this. I'm getting bored now.
what
Yeah, I'm getting bored now, so I'm gonna conclude after this.
we're going to conclude after this.
Yeah, if you don't want to attack it, if you think you attacked it,
If you give like if like what you say is like different, then sure, or not different. What you say is the same, then sure, we can go to conclusions. But if you say something different, then no.
okay. So okay, so time is a progression of events,
Metaphysically or
metaphysically, in a
metaphysically,
material sense,
abstractly.
physically, abstractly, whatever you want to say. Time is a progression of events.
Um,
Okay, you tracking? You tracking? You
sure,
pinpointing? Starting to argue.
sure.
Okay,
But I want to put the
time.
differentiation between the physical view of time and the abstract view of time. Can we get that understanding?
What do you think is the distinction?
I'm just saying there would be a physical format time, right, which would just be the progression of physical events, and then there would be a abstract version that is the progression of abstract and metaphysical things. So
Sure.
I'm saying like, so,
What?
okay,
Sure.
yeah,
Sure.
and God's above the physical version. Let's clarify that, or that's my
You
position
think
at least.
if you think so, sure. Okay. That time. Okay. You know what? You want to conclude, Mark?
Um, who are we concluding to specifically?
We can conclude to the VC.
We can conclude in Nemesis and again.
Nemesis. You here?
If Nemesis disagrees with us, sure. I know my nigga Nemesis, bro. He's gonna
Yeah,
judge.
we can just appeal to the VC and the general consensus coming off of it. So all I did was
We can appeal to Mercury if Nemesis isn't gonna judge. I don't want to appeal to
sure,
the VC.
sure. So
Okay,
I'll just
so
go
I'm gonna get my
first.
conclusion
You get
first.
wait,
No,
no, no,
nigga.
I'm going first.
No,
No, I'm going first.
no, I'm going to get my thing
Yes,
first,
I'm going
nigga.
first. Shut up.
No, nigga. No, I'm gonna get my conclusion first. But Mercury, my main point, I just define God as a substance, being that has a substance to relation with the physical and metaphysical aspect, and
You didn't say
something
that.
that got what okay, nigga. I just defined it as a thing that has a relation with the substance dualist relation between metaphysics or the abstract view of metaphysics and the physical material world or whatever, right? And then I just said he is the creator of the universe and he's the governor of morality. I gave the moral argument. He tempted to put objective morals into question, but to be honest with you, I don't think it would be like adequate to say because I don't think we got to that point because we wanted to go on a different point. So we could just leave that point for after. Right, but we got on the point the if being a atemporal being is allowed, he thinks it was impossible, right, or could not happen, and I said it's okay, perfectly fine. My argument mainly was that okay, so the abstract, I guess you could say the abstract world exists, right, and he would be above the physical sense, would be the progression of physical things, and since that there are a distinction between physical things and a abstract things, then he would just be above the physical things, so it would still allow him to govern these aspects of like morality and to create the universe, right? Because he never attacked the substance dualist relation, or at least to my knowledge, he hasn't. And then I was just saying, then he get on to the argument on why atemporal beings are impossible because he's just saying, or being above space and time is just impossible, being atemporal, because he must like go by some floration or progression of I guess you could say physical things, and I think he's just misrepresenting what I was saying because I wasn't disagreeing with the metaphysical part. I was just disagreeing with the physical part, right? And I even get my argument for the physical part. I was just saying if there's a abstract domain or realm, well then said thing would be allowed, right? Because it would be a outside plane of the physical material world, which is that physical time is abiding by, right? I don't really think he attacked that in Pacific. And then I just gave the argument that if you need what's called to have something of that standard, right? A temporal being, right? And yeah, okay. And then I also asked him the question: do you think you could be above some, or the if you're above something, do you think the consequent applies? And he said no, not dimensionally. So I said, okay, if this was the case, well then it wouldn't be applicable even then. I asked him another question. I said, when you're above something. Oh, wait a minute. Fuck. I forgot the fucking other question, but I just let that be my conclusion, my nigga. I forgot a lot of shit, nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay. Yeah. So we just did that dog shit deductive syllogism. I essentially said that it question backs itself as it one presupposes that exists as a first premise, which is in question. And then it said that it presupposes that morals are objective. He defined objective as mind independent and exists in all possible worlds. I just said that's going to be a necessary thing, right? So if the utterance is simply that it's necessary, that means it exists in all possible worlds. I said, well, what if in a hypothetical world, what's it called? A hypothetical one. Just in a hypothetical, right? If morals were necessary, what if a caveman who has no what's it called, that has no attachment to the world, it goes to another caveman, right? What if it would be in their own primitive interest, right, to just kill that person or do something of that nature, right? If they do that, if if morals are objective or mind independent in all possible scenarios, if that were to be the case, then these cavemen would never have any dispositional interest to harm this caveman, as it wouldn't. What's it called? I think I gave the thing, but I don't think I extrapolated on it enough. I just basically said if that's the case, then it wouldn't have any interest in harming the thing as it wouldn't integrate within its actions. He said that all actions, uh, if morals are objective or mind independent, what's it called? And actions, whatever you want to say it. If actions are, I forgot what it's called. What did he say? And no, he said that if morals are integrated within actions, actions are actualized, therefore morals will be actualized, whatever the fuck that means. My only retort towards that was that example, plus other examples where morals wouldn't be objective. I just questioned why it would be. He never gave any evidence for that. And second of all, we went into atemporal causation, which is simply that with if an atemporal entity would simply what the fuck? If an atemporal entity would simply uh, not bounded by the parameters of time, right, this thing would be atemporal. That's the definition. If this thing is not bounded by time or any temporal qualities, it would be above time, above linear progression in any linear system. If that's the case, it cannot create something because if we prescribe a creation property to this thing, that would mean that that the creation of a thing would be a progression of something, and the creation of a thing is a causation of another thing. So, for example, a contingent thing or entity like a human is contingent upon the causation of itself by the parent, the mother, what I say, right? So if a causation is a thing bounded by temporal features, yes, it is temporal. It's under those parameters. He ascribed his God to be temporal. I asked him why it would be possible if atemporal causation is paradoxical. He said, well, this uh what's it called? This God can simply be above physical time. I don't disagree with that. I just describe time as the progression of events. I don't care which events it is. I don't care what set of events it is. It can be a metaphysical event or whatever you want to say. Retarded pseudo shit. It can be a physical event. It could be a fucking abstract event, whatever you think that is. He's a pseudo intellectual. I could have educated him on that. I didn't because I had to hold back. But that shit. But yeah, and then he pretty much agrees to my explainer of time, and then he just kind of acknowledges uh this god or whatever, this entity would be above time or physical time, but not metaphysical time, whatever that means. All right, and he just defined a subsidiary unit of time to be something above physical time or time that affects physical objects. All right, physical objects, whatever you want to say. And then what else? I don't disagree with that, but change is time. So if it's a metaphysical change, he agreed to time being what's it called? Uh, I forgot what it was. Lucky. And then what else did he say? Uh, oh yeah, no. So he said that if you're if you're above something or above time, right, then you can manipulate it and partake in events, even though the substance of the person or entity is different. I say, well, if that's the case, that would be contradictory in of itself because that entity would not be atemporal. I ask him why the entailment of being atemporal or above something means that you can manipulate it or modify it to your liking. He never gave me any justifier. And then after that, uh, I gave him some more explainers from argument and why his conclusion would be pretty egregious to say at least. Um, Oscar's kind of remained heuristic in this debate. I just kind of asked him questions. I don't think he really added any substance to his arguments. I think his arguments were pretty lackluster. I think they were Milo level. So like, I don't know. What else? So basically, yeah, I think I pretty much land soundly, but yeah.
But there's so many arguments. I didn't say my conclusion. I thought,
All right, DJ. All right, who won?
okay. No, I do not think
Okay,
that nigga
so
was listening.
Oh yeah, wait.
let
I forgot this. Uh, I did give him like two examples. By the way, I forgot to add
Chill,
this, but
bro. Chill,
I gave
chill.
him
You
two
just said
examples
you
where
just said
wait,
you're just gonna give a conclusion.
my
No,
fault.
you
I
just asked the
forgot to
judge
give
for
him
his opinion. You, bro.
wait,
If we're
chill. I
gonna
forgot
do
to give you
that,
two additional examples.
we're
If you want
bro.
to add
If we're gonna
anything,
do
you
that,
can. If
then
you
I'll
want to
just
add
go
anything,
over.
chill,
Okay. Oh my god.
chill. I wasn't done with the shit, but
Okay.
yeah. By the way, I gave two examples where a thing can be what's it called? I gave two examples where a thing or object can be above something, but can't apply that stuff to something. For example, a two-dimensional axis such as length or width. If a two-dimensional person or entity had length and width, they can be above that thing, but still not apply themselves to only have length. Right? That's retarded. He never gave me a defeated. I also gave the example of something which is supernaturalistic. It cannot apply itself to naturalistic quality, as that would contradict this supernaturalistic title that we already described them as. Right? So that would just be a contradiction in nature.
Okay. If you
Those are the
just
two examples I gave,
gonna,
by the way.
if he's just gonna go, let's do more refutation into those examples. So all I was just saying is
You
it
stop
wouldn't be
mumbling, like speak
contradict.
up.
Wait, chill. It
I'm
wouldn't
chilling.
be
I'm in my bed.
contradictory because that's just wait. Okay, that would just be control over the ability or the property, right? He didn't respond to that. So, okay, there would just be control over the ability to apply yourself to it. It wouldn't be necessarily contradictory, but it would just be a implication, right, to the said property. And then about his other arguments, he said, I said morals, right, is just the actualization of a action, right? So I said it would be the case in all possible worlds because every possible world needs an actualization or actualizer. If it doesn't have an actualizer, then you have nothing in that possible world, which I said would completely contradict a possible world because you can't really have nothing. He didn't respond to that shit at all. Um, and then I just was saying, right, if morals, right, is the actualization of an action, well, then they will be necessary for a possible world to exist. Also with the 18th portion, I kind of just was saying, God has the substance dualist relation, right? So being beyond that physical time, right? I gave the distinction between the time I said, right? He tried to give a generalization to it, and I just said, then that's just not what I'm referencing, right? I'm just referencing the physical time, the physical progression of said things, right? He's trying to say it was contradictory, but he didn't actually be contradictory, which was his initial thing. And against his like other analogies or other points, I was just kind of saying, right? He actually initially started off with the argument that, or he initially started off the claim that time is eternal. He never proved that either, right? I said I was just being agnostic on it, and I was just like, you prove your position because he made the claim that time be eternal, and
After that.
then he never proved that. What? Yes, I did. But yeah, he never proved that shit.
I'll
And
drop
then I
that.
kind of just said, and then I said, oh yeah, then I said metaphysically. Then I said the metaphysical hierarchy, God is still above time, but the amplitude of metaphysics would just allow time, right? Because I guess you could say the broad view of metaphysics would just allow time to still be an action here because that's just metaphysics. I just think that's a brief contingency. If you really don't have enough understanding of metaphysics to get into the depth, he didn't attack that shit. Um,
I'll
he didn't
drop the
attack the
time is
reason.
eternal.
Wait, wait, chill. He didn't attack the reason on why morals would be actualization or actualization and actualize. And my main point of morals being objective was the fact, and I wasn't saying that like the entailment of like a singular moral would be objective. I'm saying the name holder entailment would just be the right or wrong, right or wrong existing would also be a actualization, and that would be objective in itself. The entailment of what should be the case is subjective, but the existence of those two things is what I was arguing being objective. Um, I just let that be, no, I guess you say that add on, or what I did to say, or I forgot to say in my conclusion. I might actually just start writing down what I say in the base, but
This nigga talking about
Are
me.
you done?
Literally.
Are we
Mercury.
done giving
You done, bro?
conclusions?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Okay, so based off of the conclusions, I'm gonna take the position that
Give
clixzu
me.
won this
Wait,
debate.
what'd you say?
Based off of
What did you
What
say?
the?
conclusions, I think that clixzu won this debate.
Why?
What the?
What diff? I don't know. I
I'll be
wasn't
charitable.
listening except for the conclusions because that show was boring as fuck.
But Mercury. What's the reasoning again?
I'll be
So like,
charitable and say that you got like a little diff.
okay, so for
Wait.
the
Okay.
like being above time point,
Yeah.
I feel like clixzu's refutations to that went doing since like I don't feel like you justified why they're wrong based off of your conclusions.
Huh?
Because he said that like you can be above something but still not have any like manipulative um prowess on that thing. That
Oh. Wait.
was his
Okay. Yeah.
point.
And what I just said against that. Wait. Yeah. And all I was just saying is, it would be the manipulative powers just being like kind of above it. You would probably be able to like persuade it dimensionally if you're above it. He agreed to that factor. He said he agreed that if you're dimensionally above it or transcendent of it, then you would have control over said thing. He
Uh,
agreed to that, and
You know
that's
what?
why I was arguing that he was dimensionally and transcendent above it.
did you agree
Huh?
to that?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yes, you. Oh my god, no, this nigga's just lying.
Sir, like
I mean,
claim that it was a time.
I don't think he agreed to that since he directly refuted it.
Yeah.
No, because what he verbatim was saying, wait, because he verbatim said, I have no problem dimensionally, but if you're just above, I asked him the question, right? If you're just, I said, I'm referencing transcendent or being dimensionally above. I said in this context it's the same thing, right? I'm saying I'm not referencing physically. I said I could agree to your position if it was referencing the physicality, right, of being above it, right? You can control it physically. But I was saying if you're dimensionally above it, well then you wouldn't first be affected by the, or you wouldn't have the be affected by the consequence and then you just would be able to control it dimensionally. He literally said, "Sure, I'll agree to that, but physically, no."
No, I
Right?
did
He
not,
said, "Whatever you're, yeah, what?" You literally said, "Whatever you're in reference." Like, why will bring up the physicality? And you said, "Whenever you're in reference to, yeah, sure."
dude.
Right? He
Okay,
said,
can
he
I?
said,
Can I? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. By the way. So, Mark, I think you're not tracking your own statements or your own claim. What I said was in relation to the thing about time, not that. So we were talking about the distinction between physical and this metaphysical time that you described it as, even though that's not a thing. That's what we're.
"No, wait, no," because this was at the 20 minute mark in the debate, right? That was more like the 40-minute mark in the debate later.
Yeah,
You
you
had
can.
two
Right.
agreements. Nigga, did you record it, bro? Because I don't want this nigga lying like this, bro.
I
I'm not
did.
gonna lie to you. That's fucking crazy.
I recorded
Why
it
would
for
I?
you.
Okay,
Okay.
can you send the recording?
How would I attack it?
Stop
It's
clicking
still
your
recording
mouse.
right now, by the way.
Nigga, I'm playing Geometry Dash. But, just send me a recording. But, if he did agree, would you agree I won that?
Um, if he had the intention to agree to that, sure.
The intention? If he verbatim agreed,
Okay, if he
or the
said he
intention, would
agrees
you
to
agree that I won that,
something,
nigga? Like,
but
what?
he never specified what it was, are you certain that he'd
No,
agree
like, if
to?
I asked him the question, and then he says he agreed. Wait, if I asked him the question, right? Which I did, and he agrees, would you agree that I won?
It doesn't have to be a verbatim response to that question that was initially asked. Like, if he has the intention,
No,
like like
the
the responsive
intention. How do we,
intention to
like,
agree to
how do we
that.
get how do we get his intentions of it? I just go by what he
Yeah, that's
verbatim
what I'm
says. What?
saying. How do we get the intentions?
Uh, Okay, if I ask him a question and he says, "Yeah, sure, if you're gonna go by that," would you get that? Like what?
When he said he was agreeing to something else, that would contextually make sense.
Yeah, I'm saying that he. Yeah, hold on. I said he agreed to two things, right? He agreed to that, which was during the 40-minute mark, or I think it was 40 minutes. It was later in the debate, but in the like first 10 through 20 minutes, that's the fact that he agreed to because that was just getting off the point of the objective morals and the actualization. I remember. Like what? But if he does agree, would you agree that I won? Like that's all I'm asking. Fuck.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
agree that
the
you
thing
won
is,
the
you wouldn't even
debate.
win.
Maybe you could win that point, but like
Hmm.
maybe you could win that specific point, but
Okay.
I still don't think you won the debate. Even if like I got that.
Oh, this is under. This is under that point. What do you mean? I specified that before I
The
went to a
point
conclusion. Right? This is
that
on this point
that you
of
can
this,
manipulate something if
not
you're
any other point.
what?
Yeah, that's I clarified that the time point, the above time, the temporality point, and the that point which I was going to be going over. I said the objective moral point, which we brought we didn't really argue it. So I said we wouldn't be going over any other points of that substance, right? Because it's substance of that thing, right, or that category.
Yeah,
What do you
That's
think
what
of
you're
I
gonna
made.
substance?
include
The
that
first
during the
three,
debate since it's a
bro.
central part of your
No,
argument.
I just said that on my conclusion. What do you mean?
No, Mark, you're just a liar.
What?
This nigga's
I
lying.
said that at the start of my conclusion, so I'm just gonna be going
This
over
nigga's
this. So why
lying,
do you think
yo.
I
This
did?
nigga's a
Wait,
liar.
what? Why do you think I didn't add any other of these things? And then when you started adding the adjective points, then why do you think I added one? What the hell? That's a dicky.
This is
Fuck.
Dicky. This nigga's lying.
So I'm gonna end the recording now.
It would make sense. Okay, sure, but oh,